Elon Musk is really trying hard to destroy Twitter, or I guess X now. He has gone off the deep end. Originally, when he started making changes and people were freaking out, I never really thought that it would be that big of a deal. X or Twitter, whatever. People are going to refer to it as Twitter forever. And I think that might be a problem for him. But going with the things he was doing in the past of making changes to Twitter, I don't think really mattered because ultimately he still had Twitter, that social network that people were really addicted to for some reason, even though it is literally the cesspool of the internet. Nothing positive comes out of being on Twitter. But the first problem that I think he made was changing the name to X and wanting to go down that route and scrapping the entire brand that he spent $44 billion on. And when he made that decision was the first time I thought to myself that he's really destroying the thing that he made, that he bought, right? It already got cut in half, that value, and people were saying that the Twitter value of that brand was massive and he would have lost billions of dollars doing that. And now he's gone a step further even by saying that the block button is going to be removed. Right here, block is going to be deleted as a feature except for DMs. He got fact-checked on his own platform. Basically, if you remove that feature, it violates the TOS on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store, and X would be removed from that, which obviously would just rip hundreds of millions of users out of the platform because, let's be honest, even though people want to say, oh, this will be great, people will sideload and do this and figure out ways around the app stores, they're not going to do that. The average person is not going to do that. They're going to use whatever the App Store can offer. It's just as simple as that. So this is where this all starts. The block button getting deleted, and obviously people were raging at this. And this could have been just outrage marketing because that's what Elon Musk has literally done his entire career. For every company that he's needed to pump, he has done outrage marketing, and it's worked to his favor. Outrage marketing works very well. But from this, I always thought that the block feature that he was saying to get rid of, that they were just going to use this as marketing and then just increase the mute, right? Where mute is already a feature where you can mute someone. They don't necessarily know that you muted them. You just don't see their replies to you anymore. And I think that was the big thing that was going to be buffed as a result of the block going away. So ultimately, there wouldn't be that massive of a change, to these features. It would just kind of be mute replacing block. And then this is just a marketing stunt, it seems. But people obviously were upset at it. James Woods, who I only know this name from Family Guy. I don't really know what he's done or what he really is. But he complains about it and was complaining with someone else. And Musk's response is delete your account, which is kind of crazy, right? But again, I see this as outrage marketing because people have to talk about this. This dominated the news cycle for a long time. Him saying delete your account had people talking about Twitter, had people getting on Twitter to see what was going on. So it is part of his plan to do that. It's not like he's just going out and saying, oh, I hope this guy deletes his account. He knows that by saying delete your account, people are going to flood Twitter or X and make sure they're up to date with the news going on because they don't want to miss out on that. And it benefits him, right? Elon Musk is no dummy. And also to him responding about the block feature, right? Saying he's going to remove it and saying he was going to make a stronger mute. That was the response, which I think everyone should have expected. I don't know why people got so upset about this. They're so insane. You can see him saying the obvious move is to strengthen the mute function by making anything posted by the muted accounts invisible to you. Right now, both mute and block are partially broken. It should also be made easy to continue to follow an account while blocking their ability to DM you. And then saying, mute needs to mute properly, including all mentions and stuff. But that's great. Sure, you could mute them and you won't see their responses to your tweets or them tagging you or them interacting with you in any way in this social media platform here. But they also can still do it, right? They can still reply to you, and other people who don't have them muted, who are on your post, can see that and can interact with it, and it can fester more just kind of negative things to come out from it. And I can see that's why people are talking about this and saying, that doesn't seem like the greatest idea. When you block someone, they are not able to do anything with your account. They can't see your tweets, respond to them, quote tweet them, anything. The best thing they could do is screenshot it and then, post the screenshot and talk about it, which people do. But it does kind of not allow the trolls really to continue to fester about, which would be the biggest problem, right? That is one of the biggest things, is the scam bots that go on Twitter. People do block them so that they have to make new bots, and people have hundreds of thousands of accounts blocked that are strictly bots trying to scam people. So it adds a little friction there for scammers. And if you don't have that friction, it doesn't help that the original person who is smart enough not to fall for these scams doesn't actually see it, but the people that follow them still see it. That is still a big problem. As well as just normal users, right? Someone trolling and constantly doing that, and maybe, doing something crazy like doxing someone. If you can't block them, their post can still be seen, just not by you, and still be seen on your post. It's kind of weird, right? It's weird. Like, just leave the block alone. Who cares? If you want to block someone, block them. It's not the end of the world if you get blocked. You can still see someone's tweets if you just look at it from either a different account or just, regularly look at it signed out. You can still see their tweets and screenshot it and talk about it if you really need to. Blocking isn't that insane that, like, you can't respond to their tweets anymore. Oh my God, it's the end of the world. Who cares? And I think even Elon Musk maybe even knows that, because he put out here saying, pretty fun blocking people who complain that blocking is going away. How does the medicine taste? Which is a weird thing to say. Like, I don't understand. Like, I guess you're blocking people, but they're going to be unblocked because you're taking the feature away. So it doesn't really matter. So it's really just attention grabbing. So it's all marketing, right? At the end of the day, is this all marketing stunt where he's still going to remove a feature, right? You're still going to feel like you have that feature, but in reality you don't, because people can still reply to your tweets. You just won't see them, which kind of defeats the purpose. I think you should just leave it alone. Leave blocking alone, because otherwise, this right here that you have an advantage on, this is Twitter or X versus Threads. You can see, obviously, Twitter has a massive advantage. People are already addicted to Twitter. People already use it, and it's kind of their daily routine to go on Twitter, see what's happening, tweet what they want to say, and all of that language is going away. I don't think people are going to abandon saying tweet, retweet, all of this stuff. I think it's going to find it's very hard to break a decade-long habit of people on this platform saying that stuff. So, this rebrand just doesn't make any sense. But this lead that he has of hundreds of millions of active users, where Thread came in, reached like 50, and has fallen off a cliff. No one uses Threads except for like Mark Zuckerberg when he puts out something on Threads. And that is maybe something that could reverse, right? You could see this huge advantage. You can have it. You could be winning right now. But if you continuously make these wrong steps, like killing the entire brand of Twitter and changing it to X, changing the logo to X, making it x.com, which makes people think it's a porn site, which makes every time I see x.com for a link, I'm like, what did this person send me? And it's Twitter, but it's just not a good rebrand. You kill the billion-dollar brand that you spent $44 billion for to replace it with the letter X that people are going to already be wary of and think that it's porn when they get it sent to them. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. Now you're removing features that people really like to use because they like to kick people out of their own space, right? Maybe holds people a little bit accountable for what they say online, especially if they're an anonymous account. And I've heard too that they want to ID everyone to be on Twitter, or if you don't want to prove you're a person, you just don't get the reach, which seems like the cop-out answer that Musk is taking, where he says, oh, it's freedom of speech, but it's not freedom of reach. You can tweet what you want, but no one will see it. Then what's the point of being able to say what you want? If you can say what you want, but no one can see it, that's just another version of censoring people. But at the end of the day, Elon Musk, he's gonna do what he wants with it. He controls his little platform, right? It's a massive platform. If it does die, it's going to take a while. I still think he's got to make more drastic changes to make it dead, to kill Twitter, right? His whole platform. He's on the right path, though. He's definitely going down the right path to make people angry enough to leave. There is kind of starting to brew there, and even people who are on his side for everything is in all the muskrats, they're even questioning him getting rid of blocking, which shows that he's starting to make the turn where he might be going down a path where People aren't happy with him. Even the muskrats would be willing to leave, and you don't want that. That's gonna do it for this video. As always, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.